Cuba's historic entry into the BRICS alliance marks a transformative milestone for the island nation, positioning it as an emerging economic power in the global South. For decades, Cuba has struggled under the weight of sanctions and the constraints of being cut off from broader global markets. However, in a pivotal moment, Cuba has officially joined BRICS as an associate member, signaling the dawn of a new chapter for its economy. The BRICS group, consisting of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, now welcomes Cuba, which is poised to take on a more prominent role in the shifting global trade dynamics. Cuba's membership in BRICS represents much more than just a diplomatic achievement. It holds the potential to reshape the nation's economic trajectory. For years, Cuba's economy was heavily stifled by the long-standing U.S. embargo, which limited its access to critical resources and foreign markets. However, with this membership, Cuba can now explore new opportunities that were once out of reach. As part of the BRICS framework, Cuba gains access to trade agreements with some of the largest economies in the world, which collectively represent more than 45% of global GDP. A particularly significant advantage of this partnership is the ability for Cuba to bypass the US dollar, which has been a central barrier to its trade for over 6 decades. By engaging in direct trade with other BRICS countries, Cuba can now sidestep the dollar-dominated financial system and foster smoother exchanges in currencies other than the dollar. This is a groundbreaking shift for a country that has long been excluded from dollar-based transactions, and it will undoubtedly help Cuba forge new and meaningful trade relationships. Beyond the economic benefits, Cuba's membership in BRICS will open doors to major advancements in key sectors like science, technology, energy, and infrastructure. Cuba has faced significant challenges in upgrading its energy infrastructure, which is outdated and inefficient. Through collaboration with BRICS partners, Cuba is set to gain access to much-needed resources and expertise that will help it modernize its energy sector. This could lead to substantial improvements in Cuba's energy production and self-sufficiency, allowing it to reduce its reliance on foreign imports and move toward a more sustainable future. Furthermore, Cuba's role in BRICS will foster innovation in biotechnology, agriculture, and healthcare, fields where the country has long been recognized for its strengths. Cuba's experience in biotechnology, for instance, could contribute to breakthroughs in healthcare and medical research, benefiting not only BRICS countries, but also the wider international community. Cuba's expertise in agriculture and health services, particularly its focus on providing medical care to underserved populations, will serve as an asset for collaboration with BRICS nations. These sectors present significant potential for progress and shared knowledge, paving the way for Cuba to contribute to the collective advancement of the BRICS bloc. The political landscape also plays a critical role in Cuba's newfound opportunity. The support of key leaders, particularly Russian President Vladimir Putin, has been central to Cuba's inclusion in BRICS. At the 2024 BRICS summit in Kazan, Russia, Putin championed Cuba's entry into the alliance, underscoring the growing ties between Havana and Moscow. This support is not only a reflection of Russia's commitment to enhancing Cuba's global position, but it also aligns with the broader BRICS vision of a multipolar world order, one where power is not dominated by a single bloc, but shared among emerging economies in the global South. Strategically, Cuba is positioned to play a key logistical role in the Americas as BRICS nations look to expand their influence in the region. The Mariel port, one of Cuba's most important economic hubs, is set to become the main distribution point for BRICS goods heading into the Americas. This puts Cuba at the heart of a growing network of trade routes and logistics channels, enhancing its role as a critical player in Latin American and Caribbean commerce. The country's geographic location, coupled with its newly strengthened economic ties, makes Cuba an invaluable link in the global supply chain. Cuba's BRICS membership also highlights the country's significant contributions to key industries such as biotechnology, agriculture, and health services. Through these sectors, Cuba will work to strengthen the BRICS alliance, collaborating on new initiatives and projects aimed at fostering innovation and sustainable growth. For example, Cuba's expertise in biotechnology could result in advancements in healthcare and medicine, benefiting not only BRICS nations but countries around the world. This partnership will serve as a platform for new scientific research, technological exchange, and shared progress, all of which will create new opportunities for Cuba and its BRICS counterparts. With Cuba's entry into BRICS, it stands to gain from a variety of initiatives designed to boost economic growth, including the establishment of new free trade zones. These zones will provide Cuba with the tools and infrastructure necessary to increase its capacity for processing, storing, and redistributing goods. One of the most significant developments in this regard is the Mariel Special Development Zone, which is already a key logistics hub for Cuba. As BRICS investments pour into this area, the island nation will see substantial growth and modernization in its economic infrastructure, which will ultimately improve the country's ability to engage with global markets. From an economic standpoint, Cuba's membership in BRICS provides a unique opportunity to diversify its economy, which has long been dependent on a narrow range of sectors. With new investments in industries such as tourism, agriculture, and technology, Cuba can begin to modernize and expand its economic base. This diversification will help Cuba build a more resilient economy that is less vulnerable to external shocks and more capable of weathering economic challenges. On the political front, Cuba's membership in BRICS poses a significant challenge to the United States, particularly in relation to its decades-long embargo. The embargo, which was once seen as a powerful tool to isolate Cuba, now seems increasingly ineffective in the face of the island's growing economic partnerships outside the US-dominated financial system. Cuba's inclusion in BRICS further undermines the influence of the US, especially as BRICS nations explore alternatives to the US dollar, opting for local currencies and bypassing traditional financial systems. This shift represents a challenge to Washington's long-standing economic influence, and it could signal a broader reconfiguration of global power dynamics. As Cuba continues to explore its new opportunities as a BRICS associate member, it is clear that the country's trajectory is shifting in profound ways. The economic and political benefits of BRICS membership are already beginning to show, with Cuba reaping the rewards of its new alignment. The country is focusing its efforts on key sectors such as tourism, agriculture, and technology, and it is already seeing improvements in infrastructure and trade relations with BRICS nations. Looking ahead, Cuba's vision is one of transformation, inclusion, and growth, a vision that will position it as a dynamic force within the global economy. Cuba's journey into the BRICS alliance marks the beginning of a new era, one filled with possibilities for economic growth, political influence, and global collaboration. With its strategic location, rich expertise, and newfound alliances, Cuba is poised to become a major player on the world stage, shaping the future of the global South and redefining the dynamics of international trade. As the world watches closely, Cuba's path forward will undoubtedly have a lasting impact on global economics and geopolitics.